Okay, everyone, go Element Auto Works. It's time for an update. Like, share, and subscribe, by the way. It's time to update, give you all some information about the current situation, the current status of my vehicles. Now, this right here is the SL500, the Mercedes 2003. Beautiful car. It has the nice wheels on it. They're wide, 10.5 all the way around. Now, I like driving this car. Everything works. I did a Silver's Neomax suspension swap on that. I have no issues at all regarding that. I love the car. Top works. Everything's good. Aftermarket amplifier, subwoofer in the rear. Nice car. Now, I decided to put it in the garage because I started to have an issue with it. What issue did I have with it? Well, the transmission was going into limp mode. It started to do it very subtle. It would begin with a little bump when it shifted. Then all of a sudden, it would stay in second gear. It would not shift out of second gear. So, of course, I pulled over, turned the car off, turned it back on, and the problem was gone. I got to my destination, no problem. Drove it again the next day, got to my destination, cool. Got back in the car, it did it again. Okay, so now it started to happen more often. It's done it like 4 times. So I decided to go ahead and park it. I looked it up, used my scanner, and it's saying that the iCarSoft NB2 scanner, it's saying that speed sensor number 3 is faulty. So I went into the transmission module and started to drive the car, and I watched speed sensor 3 come in and out. It would read, and then it would go to 0. Then it would read, then it would go to 0. So I looked it up on YouTube, read some forums. Common issue. It is the conductor plate. Common issue on this transmission. This transmission is bulletproof other than the conductor plate and then that like 7-pin harness and whatever that leaks fluid. Okay, so that's the issue that I'm having with this one. So what is required? You have to just change the conductor plate because the sensor oftentimes will develop a crack across the top of it, causing it to short out. And so that's what's going on now. So that sensor is going in and out. It's time to replace that. So I'm not going to do it myself. I could. If I had a lift, it'd be a lot easier. I'm not doing that. Yeah, I can save some money, get up underneath, drop the transmission pan or whatever, drain the fluid out, get access to the plate. It'll be a dirty job, but you have to be very careful, have to be very clean and pay attention to what you're doing. But I think I'm going to get this one lifted up in the air and have it professionally done. Eurocharge here in Cincinnati. Eurocharge is Cincy. I spoke to Hakeem. He's one of the guys there, specialist there that knows what he's doing. He knows these cars in and out, and he told me what is required to fix it. We played around with some numbers. I have a couple options. I'll get around to it. That's what's going on with that one. 2003 CL55 wide body. I just took this to a car show yesterday, and guess what, folks? I won Best Euro. So excited about that. I got a little, like a diamond with the car show information engraved in there. I will post that later. This is a favorite car of mine, my very favorite car. The car I had probably the most money in, has the most upgrades. It's the most unique car. There's not many of these in the United States, wide body. I have one. I did it myself. I got a lot of blood, sweat, and tears in this car. The CL55 is dynamite. I love this car. Love everything about it. Remember, guys, that I have the yellow speed coilover racing suspension setup on this one. No longer do I have the ABC. I removed that early on in my ownership of this car. So I love that yellow speed coilover suspension swap. I love it. Matter of fact, the yellow speed and the silver's Neomax, I sell both of those on my website. So please, at any time, go to my website if you're interested. Reach out to me. I might be able to offer you a discount, but I'm able to get those coilovers for these cars. I'm about to add BC Racing on my website as well. But as of right now, I just have Silver's Neomax and Yellow Speed. These are the wheels that go to the 380 SEC. These are the factory wheels. They're dirty, but they're in great shape. The rims themselves are not scratched up at all. The tires actually are great, like really, really great tread. It is a smaller wheel. It's only like a 14. That is a 14-inch wheel. It's so small, man. tall tire. That's a 60 millimeter tire, 14 inch wheel. That's crazy. All right, so let's come outside. Now, what's going on with the CL550? You see I put these wheels on there. It gives it a much cleaner look. I buffed the headlights. Looks really good. Looks really good. So I have the rub here on the rear passenger side. It could be a bent rotor. I don't know yet, but I ordered new brake pads and rotors all the way around. Ceramic pads, new rotors, slotted and drilled all the way around. I have those, and I just haven't put them on yet. I have that. Also in that box, I have some new, well, they're not new, but they're off of another CL550 with only like 40,000 miles on it. Wheel hubs, so rear wheel hubs, left and right. I bought that because it also came with the e-brake. Let me see, like the parking brake mechanism. It came with all that on there on both sides. And because this one is faulty, I'm going to replace that as well. So I'll be replacing the parking brake components, as well as parking brake, e-brake, whatever you call it, as well as pads and rotors all the way around. I can do the wheel bearing, but I'm going to see if the rotors fix the issue. It's definitely a rotational thing. It's not a constant hum or noise like a bad bearing. Plus the wheel doesn't move when you lift it up. It's just a rotational whoop, 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 whoop. So it might be a warped bad rotor that is rubbing, that is bent or damaged. So I'm going to try that. You see here the cosmetic damage right there. Yep, so of course I gotta do that. No biggie. This is a beautiful car. I'm trying to think what other issues I have with this CL550. I can't think of anything else. The suspension seems to work just fine. It has ABC. It's the updated ABC suspension, and I'll leave that on there. But I got to do the rear wheel repair. I got to figure out what the issue is and get that resolved. So once again, I bought new pads and rotors all the way around, and also I have 2 used rear wheel bearing assemblies. All right, hub assemblies, whatever. Now, this is the S550 2007. What am I doing with this puppy? This is my baby. I haven't had to do not much repairs to this. I mean, this has been pretty good. It's been holding its own. But now I'm starting to get some brake noise. So this is in the front passenger side. When I hit the brakes, I'm hearing the scraping. When I let off the brake, I hear screech, 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 screech. Oh, that's the sound of worn brake pads, by the way. Okay, so I gotta do brake pads on this one. I'll just do the front both sides because the front always wears down faster than the rear. So I'll change the both fronts. You know what? I'll investigate and see if I need a rear, but I'll buy them all. You know, how about that? Because this is my baby. If the front needs it, eventually it's gonna need it in the back. I'll just put new pads all the way around. What's going on with this one? This is my wife's GL550. She did get a suspension light that came on. This is aromatic. I looked up the code. I put my scanner on there, and it told me that there's like a delay, I guess. It's taking a little bit too long for the pressure to build up in the reservoir, something like that. It goes up and down, no problem, but there's a slight delay, I guess, in the time interval that it's supposed to take to fill up. So that could be what do I think that is? I don't know. It could be a weakening pump. It could be a sensor. I really don't know because I haven't looked it up beyond that, because it always functions perfectly, but the little warning light comes on, like it's like a white light that says something about check aromatic something. I don't even know. But that's been coming on here lately, so I have to look into that. I can't remember I wish I knew what it was like for this video, but I probably should have looked at that before I made this video. Now, that's the only issue I'm having with this though. This is a great car. It might need a tune-up soon. I'm starting to feel a little bit of idling in here sometimes. You can feel what's going on sometimes with the motor. So either it could be motor mounts or just needs a tune-up. So, but this has been good for us too. I think it has like 140,000 miles on it now, maybe 130. So she's driving it. She drives it every day. It's a very, very, very good car. This is a GL550 2009. Now, the 380 SEC, just picked this up. Beautiful car. what needs to be done with this car? Let's see. I need to get that Freon checked. See if I can get that little coater. I'm going to switch the wheels out on it. Gotta get this rear repair right here. What else do I need on this car? What else do I need on this car? Let me think. I'm gonna put the LED bulbs in the front on the fogs and also the headlights. There was something I wanted to do with this car, but I can't think of what it is right now. I removed the tint. Still have to get the residue off the windows. Oh, that's right. It has the exhaust leak up underneath. Let me see if I can see it. It has, you can see it kind of like right there. You see that light stuff on the pipe? On the other side, there's a hole, and so they tried to patch it. Somebody tried to patch it. Didn't do a good job. So need to cut that out and just weld a new pipe in there. Also, it needs brakes. ABS light comes on when you hit the brakes, so it needs some new brake pads. Besides that, it's good to go. Nice car. Starts up very easily. Actually starts up quicker and more responsive than my 560 and 500 that I had before. So pretty cool car. And oh, it's locked. Dang, I was gonna show you something. But those are the updates on my cars. I guess might as well talk about the Escalade too while we're talking. Hold on. So while I was driving back from Kentucky from picking up the SEC, I hit a couple bumps on the road, and then guess what? My fog light popped out. Ain't that some crap? Fog light popped out. Well, I was going to eventually replace these fog lights with some newer ones because you see how dusty they are and how just naturally oxidized and how old the plastic is, and they're not clear in comparison to my headlights that I swapped out. So I was going to get around to it anyways and swap out those fogs. So I went on ahead and ordered some fog lights, some nice crystal clear ones. I also have to order some new LED bulbs to go in there because I lost one, and I don't have a replacement, so I have to order a new set of those. I think that's it for the Escalade. It's been good. You know, on this Escalade, I put the Strutmaster suspension on there, and it's not let me down because I put spacers on the front like knuckles on the springs. Oh, I did that on the rear because with the Strutmaster, it was too low in the back. So I did that, and it's been good ever since. It's a nice ride, even with 26s on there. It's a nice ride. Feels good. See, I went with like a 305 tire on there instead of a 295 or 285, which most people recommend. But I went wider so I had more rubber, more meat. You know what I mean, to protect the rim. And it's been good. I've been taking this car with these rims on there. I've been to Michigan a few times, been to Florida a few times. It's been good. No problems at all. So love the Escalade. Love the Escalade. Let's see. That's my mother-in-law's car. Another Mercedes. I can only wonder why she went Mercedes. I guess we talked her into it. They're good cars. So anybody who owns a Mercedes knows that you have to maintain them, and it can get expensive. But if you do the work yourself, then you'll save a lot of money. So that's what I do. You know, you can see all the shiny stuff and the nice cars and all that, but there's maintenance that's associated with it that you have to stay on top of, or it get away from you. Next thing you know, you got to sell a car to take care of another car because it gets expensive. So, but that's it, guys. So I'll keep you all updated. Just wanted to go over some of the issues. It's not always peaches and cream. You got to put work in to maintain these things. The more you have, the more it's going to cost to maintain it. The more time you need to put into them. So be balanced, you know, do what you got to do, but don't lose balance regarding, you know, prioritizing and what's most important. These cars are cool, but, you know, keep your life in order, keep your money right, and take your time. You know, there's no pressure. We most of the time put pressure on ourselves. We all have different goals. We all move at a different pace. Don't compare yourself to anyone else, man. Just do your thing and have fun in the process. But remember what's most important. Remember what's most important. All right, guys. Talk to you later. I'll be in touch. Go Element Auto Works. I'm out.